All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Tyler Dumont. I'm the Public Information Officer for the New Hampshire Department of Safety. Thank you so much for coming out here on this beautiful Thursday morning as we head into Memorial Day weekend. On behalf of our 7 divisions and all of our partner agencies that are participating this morning, we really want to just talk about some important public safety information with your viewers and readers. So our list of speakers this morning will be discussing some preparations and strategies that are in place to ensure the safety and security of all New Hampshire residents and visitors during the upcoming summer season. The way this will work is I'll introduce one speaker at a time. Each will come up to the podium. We will then wrap with answering any questions that you might have. So our first speaker this morning is going to be Chief Alex Reno from the Hampton Police Department.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. It's a beautiful day, giving us something to look forward to as we approach Memorial Day. First of all, I'd like to thank the Department of Safety and Commissioner Robert Quinn, all their divisions, as well as other law enforcement partners that help us throughout the year, especially in the summer season. We're excited to see the return of visitors and beachgoers to our community. The men and women of the Hampton Police Department remain committed to providing professional, quality, and responsive public safety service, and will continue to work closely with our state, county, and local partners to ensure a safe summer season. We hope that all who live in, work in, and visit our community enjoy their time here, but we also ask that everyone do so in a safe and lawful manner. We've begun to increase our patrol presence and have continued to collaborate with the New Hampshire State Police and New Hampshire State Parks and the Hampton Beach Lifeguard staff to prepare for the increase of people and vehicles. We're working with the New Hampshire Office of Highway Safety and their partners to conduct saturation patrols on our roads to keep motorists and pedestrians safe. This summer, you'll see more foot patrols in the main beach area, along with an increased police presence along the North Beach area of Ocean Boulevard. Officers will conduct enhanced patrols by way of vehicle, foot, horseback, motorcycle, bicycle, and ATV. As always, we expect large crowds and a surge in motor vehicle traffic. It's important to note that we will have no tolerance for disorderly behavior, open containers of alcoholic beverage in public, reckless driving, or driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Additionally, possession and use of personal fireworks are prohibited in the town of Hampton and on Hampton Beach. Our community is home to a number of great restaurants, shops, entertainment venues, events, and recreational outlets. We'll continue to work hard to maintain peace, order, and a safe environment so that everyone can enjoy all that we have to offer. Please come to enjoy yourself, but do so safely, lawfully, and respectfully. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Our next speaker is going to be Executive Counselor Janet Stevens from District 3.
Good morning. I'm Executive Counselor Janet Stevens. I represent 32 towns and cities in Rockingham County. Highway fatalities in New Hampshire increased by 20% last year. And last year, 32 motorcyclists lost their lives on New Hampshire roadways. Last year, and this is the highest increase since official tracking began a decade ago. 5 of the 11 most dangerous roadways in the state of New Hampshire are in my district. And over a 2-year span, just simply 2 years, 7,000 crashes occurred. And when you factor in that Rockingham County has the highest amount of fatal alcohol and or drug-related crashes in the state, it's alarming, it's disturbing, and it has to stop. I'm grateful for New Hampshire law enforcement at the state, county, local level, our Office of Highway Safety, our Public Safety Commissioner, Robert Quinn, for increased patrols on Route 125 following a series of crashes which took the lives of 2 of my constituents. This has to stop. Heading into the summer months, law enforcement throughout the state will be ramping up to enforce traffic safety and the laws of our state with the goal of protecting the public. Our law enforcement professionals can't tackle this problem alone. Every driver on our New Hampshire roadways needs to step up as well. More than 90% of vehicle crashes are preventable. We know 3 is the key to reducing highway accidents. Don't drive impaired. Don't speed. Eyes on the road. No text message is worth a life-altering injury or worse, a fatality. We know that 26% of our fatalities in the state of New Hampshire happen over the next 3 months. Please follow the law and be safe this summer. Thank you.
We now have Commissioner Robert Quinn with the New Hampshire Department of Safety.
Well, thank you, Tyler, and I want to thank the chief. I want to thank Executive Councilor Stevens, and I'd like to just say a couple of things. One, I think it's clear that if you look around you, people come from around the world to come to Hampton Beach and to enjoy the seacoast. Whether they come to just take a week off, to fish, to swim, to boat, to sightsee, to enjoy the fireworks, they come here. And sometimes things happen that are out of our control. There are some things that we can control, and I think, as the chief said, we're just asking for the public to work together with us, you know, to enjoy this and to obey the rules. But what's really important about today, why have we come together today? I think it's important for everyone to understand, from the business owners, that this team behind me is incredible. It takes really a team like this to ensure, whether it's a police call, an EMS call, an emergency in the water, no matter what it is, we have to work together. There has to be synergy. There has to be coordination, and there has to be a team that works together. So there are going to be tens and hundreds of thousands of people that come through Hampton Beach this summer, and I think the public should know that you've got some men and women that are focused and that will be working 24/7 when those come here to enjoy it, to ensure that they're safe. So my message is this to the public: just please work with us, cooperate, obey the rules. To the business owners, thank you for being a good partner. And to the police, fire, and EMS, and the lifeguards, and the whole safety team, Fish and Game, thank you for what you do. And I'm honored and humbled and proud to work with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next is Lieutenant Chris Storm with New Hampshire State Police.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Storm. I obviously work for the New Hampshire State Police. As you all know, New Hampshire is home to some of the very most populous and popular tourist spots. With that comes an influx of visitors from around the world and during our busy summer months. Large-scale events, these include just here at Hampton Beach on any given weekend. The 100th anniversary of our Motorcycle Week, NASCAR, and Thunder Over New Hampshire Air Show, and Seafood Festival, just to name a few. Here at the New Hampshire State Police, we understand the importance of keeping our citizens and visitors safe during these times. That is why we have implemented a plan to support our local agencies at all of these popular events. First and foremost, are present at these areas deploying additional troopers and resources. This includes collaborating with our federal, local, and county law enforcement partners to ensure that we can quickly respond to effectively help mitigate any situation that arises. We've also been working closely with our fire departments and emergency medical services to coordinate our efforts to ensure that everyone is on the same page. We will be increasing our traffic enforcement out on our interstate system to curb the efforts of people impaired driving, distracted driving, aggressively driving on our highways and byways through our state. We have also been working closely with our federal partners to include Department of Homeland Security and the FBI to share information and intelligence that helps us stay away from any potential threat that we may have. Overall, we are committed to ensuring that everyone can enjoy our beautiful state and everything that it has to offer. And we can do this in a safely without any incidents. You can be assured that throughout the summer travel season, we work tirelessly to support all of these efforts and all of these events. So thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Lieutenant. So up next is going to be Chief Lifeguard Patrick Murphy with New Hampshire State Beach Patrol.
Good morning. First off, the New Hampshire State Beach Patrol would like to honor and recognize those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country heading into the Memorial Day weekend. With the busy summer season approaching, there are a few safety reminders for those attending New Hampshire's beautiful ocean beaches we'd like to just put out there. Swimwear lifeguards on duty. Know your limitations as a swimmer as well. The lifeguards will be on duty on Hampton Beach and Wallace Sands full-time starting this weekend. Lifeguards have been on since May 1st here on Hampton Beach. The New Hampshire State Beach Patrol will be fully staffed with 75 ocean lifeguards for the season. Ocean lifeguard coverage will begin at the other state park beaches in mid-June when all the lifeguards are out of school and all new hires are fully trained. One big thing when coming to an ocean beach is rip currents. Please know the danger of rip currents and be aware if a lifeguard's asking you to move out an area, it's for a reason, it's for your safety. That is our #1 goal. Our lifeguards are highly trained, they know how to spot a rip current, and please talk to the lifeguards. They will help you understand where a rip current is and how it works. Early in the season, the water temperature here at the ocean and around the state is still very cold. Currently, it's running in the upper 40s and lower 50s here at Hampton Beach. And just be a reminder, the longer you stay in cold weather, hypothermia can kick in. If you're cold, time to get out and warm up. Also on the beach, alcohol is not allowed. Please do not bring alcohol to the beach. The guards patrol the beach daily. If alcohol is seen, it will be removed. It is a safety issue and it is not allowed, so please do not bring alcohol to the beaches, all state beaches on the seacoast. Also come to the beach prepared. Please bring water, hydrating foods. The weather this weekend keeps looking great. It's going to be warm. Make sure you're prepared to come to the beach. We are excited to have a very good season, a busy season here, and the lifeguards are here to keep you safe, and our #1 job is safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Lifeguard Murphy. Next is New Hampshire State Police Lieutenant Dennis Wade with the Marine Patrol Bureau.
Morning, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Dennis Wade of New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol. As you know, boating in New Hampshire has always been a popular activity. In the last several years, it's become even more so, with approximately 105,000 boats being registered in the state each year. That's not including other watercraft such as canoes, kayaks, and some sailboats. You add in swimmers, tubers in our rivers, and others recreating on the lakes and the rivers and the ocean, and the waters in New Hampshire become very busy this time of year. With that, we want everyone in New Hampshire and using New Hampshire waters to have fun, but most of all, we want them to be safe. So some tips to keep yourself and those around you safe on New Hampshire waters. Always boat sober. Operating a boat under the influence of drugs or alcohol is not only illegal, it's very dangerous. Alcohol and drugs can be even more hazardous on the water than on land, with the waves, the vibrations, the engines, engine noise, sun, wind, the water spray, and other stressors can accelerate the effects of drugs and alcohol and impact the boater's ability to operate safely. Always designate a sober pilot. Having someone who can operate your boat sober and safely will make for a much more enjoyable day. Please wear a life jacket. Children under the age of 13 in New Hampshire who must wear a United States Coast Guard approved life jacket at all times while underway on a vessel. But wearing a life jacket is good practice for everyone, and we strongly encourage everyone to do so. Putting a life jacket on after a boating accident is not the best way to protect yourself, in the same way as putting a seatbelt on after a car accident will not protect you during an accident. Finally, be courteous to others on the water. Stay mindful of other boaters, swimmers, and keep a safe distance. Keep your wake low when you're near other boaters and swimmers and the shoreline. Remember, have fun this summer in New Hampshire's waterways and be safe. Don't take risks. Pay attention to your surroundings, and please slow down. Thank you and enjoy your summer.
Thank you, Lieutenant. So up next is Captain Chris Vetter with the New Hampshire State Police and the Office of Highway Safety.
Well, good morning. As Tyler said, my name is Chris Vetter. I work with the Office of Highway Safety. Like in summers past, our office, the Office of Highway Safety, is collaborating with state, county, and local law enforcement to fund enforcement patrols. Those patrols are designed to eliminate impaired driving, address those that are violating the speed limits, and those that are driving distracted as well. We know that instances of fatal motor vehicle crashes continue to rise in New Hampshire, and reducing this unnecessary and tragic loss of life will only occur when drivers eliminate poor decision making. Law enforcement cannot do it alone. I would urge motorists to take personal responsibility and choose not to drive impaired, not to drive distracted, and to drive within speed limits. With your cooperation, together we can minimize traffic crashes and eliminate fatalities. And finally, the Office of Highway Safety encourages you to wear your seatbelt. The use of a safety restraint is the single best way to avoid injury or death should you be involved in a traffic crash. Thanks, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, Captain. Up next is Department of Transportation Commissioner William Cass.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here. I appreciate the partnership with Department of Safety. We work very closely together with Department of Safety. The summer season is upon us. Summer season for us is construction season. And DOT has very active construction program underway this year. Across the state, we have work going on all the major corridors, as well as paving about 500 miles statewide around the state. So throughout all of this, our goal is to maintain traffic through the work zones, minimize disruptions, and keep people moving. We ask that the traveling public move over for yellow lights, slow down in work zones, and pay attention and heed construction signs and warnings. We also provide some resources to assist the traveling public in their travel planning. We encourage travelers in advance to check real-time traffic conditions at newengland511.org and avoid heavy volumes, crashes, and seek alternate routes. And if you find yourself in trouble on the road this summer, we will be running motorist service patrols along the major travel corridors during peak travel times to provide assistance. And you can also call pound 999 on the highway for assistance if you find yourself in trouble. Lastly, many popular trailheads and hiking venues are along highways where there may be parking restrictions. Particularly in the Franconia Notch area. We ask you to find an appropriate place to park if you're recreating. Take the hiker shuttle, follow any parking restrictions. No one wants to be ticketed or towed, and we don't want to ruin your weekend. So we want everyone to get to where they're going and return home safely and enjoy a beautiful time in New Hampshire. Thank you.
We now have Sergeant Jeremy Hawks with the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Sergeant Jeremy Hawks, New Hampshire Fish and Game. With warmer weather ahead of us, New Hampshire's approximate 40 conservation officers will be busy with search and rescue calls, wildlife calls, and off-highway recreational vehicle incidents. This is in addition to their everyday law enforcement duties. Residents and visitors of our state can help alleviate these calls by following common sense procedures when recreating outdoors. For hiking, please know your limitations, have the appropriate gear, leave an itinerary, and follow the guidelines found at hikesafe.com. While operating off-highway recreational vehicles, wear the appropriate safety gear, obey all of New Hampshire's OHRV laws, and operate within your capabilities and the capabilities of your machine. Free OHRV safety digests can be found at many stores throughout our state, at New Hampshire Fish and Game offices, and can be downloaded from wildnewhampshire.com. When encountering wildlife, never touch or handle any animals you encounter. This includes animals that appear to be orphaned. Many young are left on their own for long periods of time, especially deer fawns this time of year. Unnecessary handling of these animals also exposes the person to diseases such as rabies and distemper. If you're concerned about a wildlife issue, please call the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department at 603-271-3361 instead of exposing yourself to potential life-threatening disease. Following these guidelines will help ensure a safe and enjoyable summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. Last but certainly not least this morning, from our Division of Emergency Services and Communications is Director Mark Doyle, also known as New Hampshire 911.
Good morning, and thank you, Tyler. My name is Mark Doyle. I am the Director of the Division of Emergency Services and Communications with the team at Department of Safety. Our role at the Department of Safety is to make sure that only the highest level and quality of 911 services is rendered whenever anybody makes a call to 911. And as you've already heard, summer brings an increase in tourism and recreation in New Hampshire. New Hampshire 911 encourages all folks, residents and visitors, to be prepared for these situations. Emergencies can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. And the exact location of the emergency is the most important piece of information that New Hampshire 911 needs to get help on the way. Providing descriptors such as street names, businesses, exit signs, mile markers, local landmarks, and trailheads or even trail intersections and junctions can help us determine exactly where you are. 911 is always the best number to call for emergencies, and our team works diligently every single day, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, to locate, communicate, and connect folks in an emergency with the help that they need. And the fastest way to do that, the fastest way to get help, is to call 911 when you can, or text 911 when you just can't make that call. Thank you, everyone. Be safe, and certainly enjoy your summer.
All right, that kind of concludes our speaking portion this morning. Max, Kelly, did you have any questions?
When I spoke about more foot patrols, we're pulling people out of cars and putting them into the onto the road, onto the pavement, a little bit more than we have the past years. Working closely with a number of law enforcement agencies that have been helping us out the last few summers, something that we thought would be more proactive and better be able to address some of the issues that are happening with the folks that are walking around that they may not see while they're in a car. So that's what we'll be doing. Yes.
Well, thank you both for coming out, and thanks to all of our the viewers and readers who are watching online, and thanks all of our speakers who are out here this morning who took time out of their day to participate in getting out these important messages for the summer. Thanks again.